The other movie I saw was Toy Story 5. I've been obviously a big Toy Story fan, as most of us have. One of my first times going to the theater was seeing Toy Story when I was a kid. I've seen all of them in theater, every single one, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Think 5 as a solid addition to the franchise. I know everyone had a lot of people had problems with 4. I didn't really enjoy it as much. I still enjoyed it because it's Buzz, Woody, and the friends doing, fun stuff, but I think 3 put him on such a good pedestal that 4, unless they were going to do something exactly like that or have that type of gravitas to it and that type of weight, it wasn't going to be as well. 5 comes close. It doesn't have the exact same weight behind it, but it does do a good job, and especially with what the story is. And the story, I don't think this is spoilers because they've kind of talked about it throughout the press junket and kind of in the trailer. This is a very Jessie story, so if you're not a fan of Jessie as a character, you're not going to like this movie. But I do think Jessie's a great character, especially with the background that we know, and we find out a little bit more about that in this movie. And I think they do a great job, and I especially think they do a great job because it is a Jessie story, and Buzz and Woody play kind of secondary characters. They're totally not in the movie. They do play a main part in it, but traditionally the Buzz and Woody relationship has been Toy Story, and now we're kind of seeing other characters like Jessie. There is a very good line that I think Ham or Mr. Potato Head says where Buzz and Woody, as always, are arguing with each other, and I can't remember which one, but one of them says, "It's nice to see them fighting again." And I kind of chuckled out loud in that. I'm like, you know what? It is really nice to see Buzz and Woody fighting again, because they kind of seem like they were fighting a little bit in 4, but they were still trying to be friends. This one, they kind of go at each other's throats a bit, and I'm like, yeah, it does kind of feel good to see it again. If you have kids, if you have nieces and nephews, you should really watch this movie, in my opinion, because this really is a very good understanding of, again, I'm not spoiling the movie, it's in the poster. This is where tech is involved. Tech is the main antagonist in the movie, and it's a really good story of, as a parent, as a guardian, how much tech do you give to your child? How much should they be allowed to see the world through tech? And it's not preachy, which I appreciate, because I think that's a topic, no matter what side of the fence you're on, you could be very preachy about it. It's not. It's a very understanding that everybody's relationship is different, but this specific person that's involved in the tech, it plays specifically to, that person. I really liked it, and I think one of the best additions to the movie is what I'm going to call play world, and that is when the kids are playing with the toys, it kind of goes into like an alternate reality of what the actual scenario is. So like if two toys are fighting, you actually see them move, and you don't see like the hands moving, you see them actually like fighting with each other, and it's in sort of this crayon type background, which I really think is a great addition to the series. Overall, I give it an 8 out of 10. If you've liked any other of the Toy Stories, I definitely suggest you go see that. If you have kids, I definitely think you should go see it. They do a great job. It's great to see Buzz, Woody, and the gang back again, and I wouldn't be surprised if they do a 6th one, because it ended well, but it's not a period. Like 3, I think when it ended and Andy gives up the toys, I think that's one thing, but I think this one doesn't end that way, so you can easily make a 6th one. And I think with the success of 5, we're probably going to do the 6th one. In chat, we got Boomster Joe saying, I really want to see Toy Story 5. I recommend it. Nerdy Crystal says, Gavin really liked it. However, he wants a lily pad. No. Who do we have? We got Brian in chat. I hope to see more high-tech Buzz maybe in the short film. They were my favorite part of the film. The high-tech Buzz is really fun. I really enjoyed that. That part, I'd heard that it didn't make sense. I saw some reviewers say that it did, that whole section of the movie didn't make sense. I'm like, no, it makes total sense. I loved it. There's 2 references. I won't say what it is, but cracked me up. Agreed. The post-credit scene, enjoyed. I was waiting for something, and the way it ended, I was like, oh, I'm excited. I think they'll do good with it. But yeah, definitely go see Toy Story 5.